Let's make your piece control infinitely better. If an opponent is boxed up like this in just a single box, we're going to start by pre-boxing them. During almost any fight, I'd start by wandering up to their box and pre-boxing their wall like that. If you pre-box them and they end up going out that way, you're going to have a free shot on them or maybe even a kill. Depending on how many matches you have, you can free-box them as many times as possible, but make sure the edit is good. We do not want to be editing an archway edit like this because they'll be able to shoot us. I'd recommend going with the peanut butter the opposite way of where they're going, or a singular window edit, so either this or this. As a bonus tip, when you're pre-boxing, you want to extend out the cones around first, like this. You want to have the cones there, and then you want to come and edit the wall and finish the pre-box. You want to do the cones first. The cones are the most important thing. You see in this example, the cones are going down first, then everything else. If you want to play the free build map concurrently and it gets you 0 ping, the code is on the screen right now, so go play it. The pre-boxing also works from the top. If we're above a player like this, we can pre-box them. So we might be pushing like this, but they're holding the cone. We can't get it. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to pre-box them at the side. So we're going to double edit down, and we're going to make sure we have the wall here. Because if they edit out, we're going to have a nice shot on them. We're not going to be completely open to attack. And if we don't have the wall here, they're going to run out, they're going to place the wall, and they'll be able to full box us from down here. You can pre-box them many sizes possible, just make sure you've got the correct walls available to you. If you come across the poor soul that's in a box with no cone or ramp, and they're above the floor ground level, so you can see we're not on the ground level here, so this will work. Edit the floor, and you're going to slide a cone underneath the builds like that. So you see now there's a cone in the box. That's because we slid the cone in. You're just going to look just below the builds here, and it will work every single time. This can take people by surprise, as they're thinking you're going to take their wall, but instead you're going to place a cone straight in their box. And then once you've established counter piece control, got the wall, maybe pre-box them like we talked about earlier, it's all over for them. One great way to improve your piece control and build fights is placing cones and walls behind the cone. So if I was ramping up, instead of doing a triple edit like we would these days, I'm going to place a cone and place walls around the cone. Because if I'm the enemy and I'm here and you're currently running up here, if you triple edit, because by the time you've edited these two, the enemy's going to have placed a wall and they're going to have a nice little shot on you. This is why this version's better. By placing a cone and placing walls around, you instantly have the piece control on the opponent, and you can instantly window edit whatever you want to do and just full box them up, and then it's an easy kill from there. The amount of times I've found that these walls I'm placing behind the cones are useful is an incredible amount, I can tell you. More help for build fights. When you're doing build fights, you can do high walls. So if, let's say I do a 90, that's a normal 90, no high walls. High wall 90 would be going round and placing walls above the walls we placed, and then we're still doing the 90, and that normally can lead to a box. You can do high walls from anything. You can do high walls from a side jump like so. See how we got that wall there? That's where we now have the ability to cone the opponent. High walls can catch enemies off guard, because if they're higher layer than you, they will often be caught off guard by the side walls, and you can full box them. If you're finding this video useful, guys, make sure you use code JKC in the Fortnite item shop, as that's been the #1 way to support me, and let's carry on. Even after all this time, pre-edits are still underrated. If I go like this and pre-edit like so, and then run up to someone's wall, they're not going to expect me to place the wall and instantly be able to shoot them. That's just not what they expect at all, and that is why it's so underrated. Most people have pre-edits turned off, and if you can learn to play with them, they're actually so useful and good. This is an especially good trick in duos, guys, because if you can hit one of these and just run up to the wall, spray it with a duo inside, and you've got both your teammates doing it, like so, and you're holding a wall, and suddenly your wall goes away, and then you've just got a free shot at you, while your builds are out as well. Start using pre-edits, guys. I'm going to teach you an insane trick for pre-boxing upwards and downwards. So if you're standing on a normal floor, and you take someone's wall, and you see them either make the cone edit like this or place a ramp, they're going upwards. But only if you're on a floor. If you're on a floor, that is where they're going, okay? Because you're so far down, they don't think you can make it in time. So they're going to double edit up like this. You're going to go to the side and pre-box them out like that, and get a nice shot on them. You can also just build up, place a wall and hit them off that, but I prefer the pre-box version because it normally finishes off the kill. If I was on a cone and I hit the wall and took it, they're not going up. From their POV, I'm far too close to the top of the box. Within jumping range, I can shoot them easily. So in this situation, if I take the wall, they're either going backwards, like so, or they're going to go down. And the down is where we want them to go. We want them to drop one box down like this. Because if they drop down one box like this, we can then do the same. We can drop one box and completely pre-box them. This would be how it would play out. So I'm on a cone, I take the wall, They either go backwards, which is fine, or drop down. Which if they drop down, I can full box them and boom. If you see them turn around though, if you just take the wall is weak, you can see where the player's doing. If they turn around like this, you're going to jump on top of the box and pre-box on the other side, okay? That is the plan. Pre-boxing is all about reading opponents, and if you can read the opponents, you can get a lot more kills. This tip is one of the most important of the video. Please don't do everything I've said in this video, then do your high balls, do really well, full box them like this. Please don't do that. This edit is one of the worst edits in the game. It has been normalized in Fortnite. People doing this and full boxing, if I was the opponent and someone tried full boxing like that, look at this open space. If they're anywhere here, it's a free 200 to the head. If we're doing a similar thing, we want to either get a peanut butter peak like this and full box them, and then we have a nice shot on them. Which, as you can see, if we get full box like this and they jump up and hit us, we're at a massive disadvantage. Please stop boxing people up like that. Or even worse, if you're one of the psychopaths that do this, like that, could you really expose any more of your body? Any more of it? You can probably feel your piece control skill increasing already. If you want to see some more advanced drills on piece control and how you can do them correctly, then make sure you click on the video on the screen right now, because honestly, it is a banger, trust me. And thank you so much for watching till the end. You guys are legends.